Okay, so tayo ay magpatuloy sa ating pag-discuss na. So, ang example natin dito sa continued inequality, di ba we have presented doon sa una nating sa part 1 natin dito sa part 1 dito sa ating inequalities, no? So, ito yung example natin. 2 is less than 3 and 3 is less than 4. Okay, or we can say that x1 is, or negative 5 is less than 1, positive, and 1 is less than 4 over 3. Kasi 4 over 3 is 1 and 1/3. Or 1/2 is equal or less than or equal to 2/3, and 3/4 or 2/3 is equal is less than 3/4. So yan yung mga example natin sa continued inequality. Okay, so we will consider now the next to use the set of notations and one or more of the symbols. Okay, so number 1, the set of all x such that x is between negative 3 and 3. So, atin daw gamitin yung notation natin, ang symbol natin, which is the braces. Then, we put the x dito. Then, such that, yung such that dyan, ito yung ating vertical line. Then, we insert now, we put the negative value, negative 3 dito. Then we put the x here and 3 here. Now, we use the term less than and less than kasi ang ating statement says that the set of all x such that x is between negative 3 and 3. So, ito yung negative 3 and this is our 3. So, put natin, ang x daw is in between. So, of course, when doing so, ang x natin is greater than negative 3. That's why we put x is, negative 3 is less than x. And at the same time, since in between siya, nasa gitna siya, we put now less than also because of course, x is less than 3 or 3 is greater than x. That's why this is now our expression or interpretation of the given statement. Now, so, ito na ngayon. To satisfy the statement, ito yung ating interpretation. Ito yung ating notation and the symbols used. Okay. Next. The statement says that the set of all t such that 4 minus t is 4t minus 2 is non-negative. So, pag sinabing non-negative, ano ibig sabihin? Positive. So, we put now the expression or the interpretation of the statement, the set of all t. So, t ang atin pong variable dito, we put it here, and then such that, itong vertical such that, 4t minus 2 is greater or equal to 0. Now, bakit ganon? Bakit ang ginamit nating term ay greater or equal. Kasi ang statement sabi, non-negative. So, pag non-negative, we started from 0. So, ang value daw ng t, it's either magsimula sa 0 and greater. So, non-negative. So, it is non-negative, meaning to say positive. So, sa ating line of numbers, 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, going to that direction is all positive. So, saan nagsimula yung positive? Sa 0. Kaya, then, of course, the other value of t is greater than 0 or equal. Isa sa value ng t ay equal to 0 to satisfy this statement. Kaya ganun ang nangyari. No? So, you have to consider the statement and satisfy it so that you will be arrived to this expression. Okay, letter C. The set of all y such that y plus 3 is positive. Take note on the term. Positive and less than or equal to 15. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung ating expression or ating interpretation of the statement. So, y of all y, okay, then sabi niya, is positive. So, okay. Ang sabi, such that, all y such that y plus 3 is positive. So, yung y plus 3 is positive, meaning it is greater than 0. Or 0, ibig sabihin, we interpreted this as more than 0. But the value of this is, it must be equal or less than or equal to 50. So, this is another expression. No? So, in order to represent what we call inequalities. Okay, another example here, the set of all z such that 2z is greater than or equal to negative 5 and less than negative 1. Medyo mahirap, ano? Pero ito daw yon, ang z natin, yan, is, ang sabi, of all z such that 2z, okay, so, 2z is greater or equal to negative 5. So, if it is greater, kaya less than ang negative 5 sa 2z. Kaya nilagay natin less than or equal. Okay. Pero nakalagay dito is greater than or equal to negative 5 and less than negative 1. So, we put it here. So, this is now the interpretation of the statement. That's why we come up with this. No? So, this is an example of consideration sa interpretation natin sa statement na ibinigay sa atin. Whenever possible, later, you will come and encounter such kind of requirements. Okay, so we have here an example let's say the notations that we have x minus negative 5, then x is negative 5 is less than x, and x is less than or equal to 4. So, sa interpretation natin, ito, i-interpret naman natin in terms of plotting it into the number lines. So, pagka ganito daw statement, ito daw yung interpretation natin. So, you will notice na we have a parenthesis. Okay, kasi ang sabi, negative 5. So, from 0, count ka negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, then that is negative 5. So, yung x daw natin is within that, that is the limitation, negative 5. Okay, how about on the positive side, x is less than or equal to 4. So, take note, negative less than or equal, ito is less than only. So therefore, ang meaning pala niyan, the meaning of that is the 4, we called it a set, nasa-set na siya, kaya we put a bracket. Yan. We put a bracket here to represent na naset na yung dito kasi because of the symbol of less than or equal. So set nakalagay na natin. Plotted na siya. Okay? Then we use bracket. Whereas here, negative 5, the symbol is less than 5, less than negative 5. Therefore, ang ating gamitin, ito daw ay not set, hindi daw siya na-set. Not set in the set, no, in the set of in the diagram, because of the sign negative, less than. No? So, dahil sa less than ang ginamit, we use the parenthesis. Pagka parenthesis hindi na set, at ito ay open. No? Open siya. Okay. So, para maintindihan natin yan, we go to the number 2. Open interval. So, ang interval daw ay open if we use AB. Now, if the statement or the expression of the statement is now x such that A is less than x and x is less than B, so ang interpretation natin in plotting it into the number line is supposedly it is our A and this is our B. Therefore, we use parenthesis in order to consider that this is not set. Open siya, no? Open. Di katulad dito, na-set na siya, pero dito open. No? Why open? Because of this symbol, less than. No? Pagka less than, ibig sabihin, open interval using AB. So, ang ating expression diyan, gagamit tayo ng parenthesis. Then, number 3, we use also the term close interval. Bakit siya naging close? Okay, so if AB, sabi, is equal to x such that A is less than or equal to x and x is less than or equal to B, therefore, ang ating diagram dito ay puro bracket ang ilagay natin. Why bracket? Because it is a non-strict equality. However, dito, strict inequalities. Okay?